Good afternoon and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. Good, nice to see everybody. This is Mr. Gordon Ellis. Wishing you a new year.
Happy New Year. It's a new year. A dream come true year. For a happy you. Start believing. Receiving. You're the star in this movie of your life, and it's called Happy You. Oh, let the pain of the past drift away. It'll lighten your heart. No more need to relive yesterday, when today you can make a new start. Aren't you worth it? Don't you deserve it? Take a breath, take a step, take a chance for a happy you. The past drift away. It'll lighten your heart. No more need to relive yesterday, but today you can make a new start. Happy New Year. Oh, it's a new year. It's a dream come true year for a happy you. Happy New Year.
Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Let's give him another hand. Good morning. I am your practitioner host for today, Gwendolyn Smith, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to the Sunday morning at the Center for Spiritual Living of Nashville, Tennessee. I would like to welcome those online, and we're excited because our speaker today is Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson. He's completing a series from How to Use It, and we are also very grateful to have our wonderful artist for today, Gordon Ellis. So, who are we? Who are we? Who is CSLN? We are an open and an inclusive New Thought spiritual community that is the spiritual home to people of all backgrounds and lifestyles. We believe that whether it's called God, Spirit, or the universe, There are many paths as people explore their own spiritual journey. Whatever you are and wherever you may find yourself on that journey, you are welcome here. Let's begin our service.
Good morning. My name's Dale Rogers. I am a licensed practitioner here with the center. And my reading this morning is from a person that I was introduced to by Dr. Mitch. And his name is Neville Goddard. And a lot of what we do is based on connecting with our concept of whatever the infinite is. And in chapter 3, called Prayer, A Feeling is a Secret, Neville Goddard says, prayer, like sleep, is an entrance into the subconscious. When you pray, enter into your closet, and when you have shut the door, pray to the Father which is in secret, and your Father, which is in secret, shall reward you openly. The mind in prayer is in a state of relaxation and receptivity akin to feeling attained just before dropping off to sleep. You get really quiet. Prayer is not so much what you ask for as how you prepare for its reception. Whatsoever things ye desire, when ye pray, believe that you have received them, and ye shall have them. The only condition required is that you believe that your prayers are already answered. Your prayer must be answered if you assume the feeling that would be yours were already in your possession, of the objective moment you accept the wish as an accomplished fact. The subconscious finds a means for its realization. To pray successfully, then, you must yield to the wish. That is, feel the wish fulfilled. And now I offer to you a spiritual mind treatment. A spiritual mind treatment is a prayer. So please, get quiet inside yourselves. Relax. Become aware of the feelings that are inside of you. Connect with that sense of being that you have inside. I'll speak in the first person, and if you resonate with what I'm saying, please make my words your own. I am aware of my breath. I am aware of the sounds in the room. I'm aware of them, watching them, being with them without judgment. That part of me that is witnessing is spirit. I know that there is one presence, one infinite intelligence, one thing that is behind all there is. Nothing exists outside of this wholeness, for it is the source and the substance of everything. In this realization, I know that I am it. Not all of it, but an essential part of it. If I wasn't essential, I wouldn't exist. I know that the universe creates my experiences according to my desires. And what I believe to be true, it is my gift, my experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. I release this truth into the law of the universal subconscious, the infinite mind, knowing that here and now it is done. And together we say, so it is.
Last Saturday, my cousin Paul jumped in the river, clothes and all, to celebrate when Sue put on his ring. Everybody said he's crazy, but I got to thinking maybe I could use more spontaneity. I've let my inhibitions turn into prohibitions, second-guess myself at every turn. Now I'm ready to live bolder before I get any older, not be so afraid of getting burned. I give myself permission to walk out of this prison. These walls I built around me, I'm ready to take down. So I'm starting the removal of this need for approval. I give myself permission to be who I am right now. I've always been a people pleaser, filling everybody's needs and paying no attention to my own. Needing praise from someone else to feel okay about myself, but always feeling empty in my soul. Maybe I'll write that novel, take off a year and travel, or be the leader of a band. Hey, my life is waiting for me, no more delay now. It's time to let my wish be my command. I give myself permission to walk out of this prison. These walls are built around me, I'm ready to take down. So I'm starting the removal of this need for approval. I give myself permission to be who I am right now. Yeah. So I'm starting the removal of this need for approval. I give myself permission to be who I am right now. I give myself permission to be who I am right now. To be who I am right now. To be who I am right now.
You can get this permission thing, it can go too far, you know. No. So, we're ending up this 4-part series on the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook. The first one was called The Thing Itself, or, if you will, God, or the universe, or the quantum field of infinite potential, or however you call what sometimes we think of as God, but I like to think it's all that is. Then the second one was what it does, and we learned that it reflects back to us what we give it to work with. And the third one last week was, that was what it does. It reflects back to us. The second one was, how does it work? Well, it works by a law. So, this week it's how to use it. How to use it. And you'll have to learn to use it yourself. Some think it's blasphemous to talk about using God, but I say, since you are it, this is what we believe, you're it. All that is. You're part of all that is. From the far-flung, distant galaxies that we can imagine to right down to the infinitesimal small of what can be. You're it. So every atom in your body is some part of the universe. You can't get away from it. There are atoms in your body now that were some part of some star eons ago. There was life in you. There's genes in you that were a part of an animal that is no longer around. I'm not going to get into that because some of you are animals. But you see, I guess what I'm trying to say is like a wave is still part of the ocean. You are a wave, part of the ocean of all that is. So you are it. So when you say, I'm using it, you're using yourself. You're using yourself, your capacity, your thoughts, your ideas, your imagination, your hopes and dreams, your words, your feelings. So what this 4th chapter says to me is that you can use yourself. You can definitely do it to manifest for yourself the best possible life that you can possibly imagine for yourself. So you're using yourself, that is your pictures, your words, and your feelings to create something. So I like this idea. Do you believe in magic? Do you? Sorry. Do you believe in magic? Well, I used to, I guess. Now I guess I think everything is magical, and so it's so magical, it's not magic anymore. It's what really is. Does that make sense? So I was hoping some magic would happen in my life, that I would get rescue from some pretty sorry situations I had gotten myself into. And so I would pray about it, and I would pray to this far-off deity, an old white guy in the sky with a big gold bling-bling that said G on it, But I've gotten over that since I realized I'm an old white guy too. But I would pray using myself to get over the way that I badly negotiating get around the world. So I would pray, for example, I'm worried about my retirement. So I'd pray to win the publisher's house, clearing house pay for my retirement. And then I had my fingers crossed. I'd pray that a lot of people in my life would change. That was not a popular option with them. And I would pray that I could eat whole flourless chocolate cakes, pecan pies, cookies, all covered with mocha almond fudge ice cream. Then I could eat mounds of chili dogs and double dip hamburgers and all kinds of stuff like that and never get fat. That didn't work out well either. So you see, since you are it, I don't think God will intervene in our lives, and I'm going to do this slowly. I don't think God will try to intervene in our lives when we are what it is. It just lets us be us. Do you understand the significance of what I just said? It just lets us be us. So if you're waiting for some magic, it's in your ability to see, oh, if I want something different in my life, I'm going to have to give it something different to work with. Do you follow me? Okay. That's good. So, you see, in every chapter, Dr. Holmes mentions this, that there's a law for everything in the universe. The law of gravity, law of electricity, law of electromagnetism. I could go on. But I found out years ago when I first studied the science of mind and spirit that there's this spiritual law. Now, the natural laws all work on this three-dimensional world that we live in, but the spiritual laws work here and in all dimensions throughout the universe. So, you could call this law the law of mind, the law of attraction, the law of belief, and it simply means that like attracts like. So when we use ourselves, we use this law because it unerringly cranks out experiences of our life that match up to our belief. So really today's lesson is about learning to believe. Learning to believe, which we can all do. Learning to believe that something good for yourself or for others is really so, assuming you don't have any harm in that for them. It's really so, even when it doesn't appear to be so. So learning to believe good is always so, even when it doesn't seem like it. So I'm going to teach you right now an important aspect of this spiritual law. I didn't understand it really for years, but I came to understand it better as I got into the teachings of Neville, and I realized that Neville was explaining Ernest Holmes in a wonderful way. So, the important aspect of this spiritual law is this. I'll call it the law of reversibility. The law of reversibility. So we know, for example, in the physical world that the electricity that's in here comes from the TVA, right? So they've got, over at the TVA, they've got these coal-fired plants that build heat up, and that heat turns the turbines that creates electricity, right? But understand, the law of reversibility says, if you have electricity, you can create heat. Look at your electric stoves and other things. The law of reversibility says if you put on the brakes, that creates heat. And in newer cars, especially electric cars, and especially those hybrid cars, that electricity goes into the battery to create more electricity, that heat. So the law of reversibility. So what Neville tells us is this: on a spiritual level, and also on the three-dimensional level, a psychological state. Well, I'll put it this way. A physical fact. Let's say anybody here ever come across a happy surprise anytime in your life? Yeah. How did you feel? Okay. So, This is a clue for us, an important clue. The law of reversibility says, if this event can make you happy, getting a new car, whatever the event is, get that, will you? The law of reversibility says, if an event can make you happy, then being happy can create an event. Are you following me? I don't want you to be lost on this. It took me a long time to understand it. The law of reversibility is always working out. It's always operative. So this tells us that if we're going to create anything in life to make us happy, we're going to have to learn to be what? Happy. Or at least feel better than we're feeling now. And you know, you can do this. It really is kind of mechanical, and it does seem mechanical at first. But that's okay. But that's how you got everything you think, mechanically. You saw someone else do it, you practiced it, and that became your experience of life. You follow me? So, you can start right now. I don't care how low you might be or what seems to have gone wrong, and you can say to yourself, every day in every way, I'm feeling better and better. Do you like that? Try it. How about this? Because if you do that consistently, you will start to feel better and better and better. Now, it might take a while, especially if you're so used to being a sourpuss. If you're so used to being that, it's going to take you a while. But it's only because you haven't told this new story about how your life is getting better and better all the time. Do you understand? So, you say, isn't it wonderful that every day, in every way, I'm feeling better and better? Just that little thing, if you do that consistently every day, will take you someplace that you might not even dream of now. It will take you to a place that's filled with joy and filled with love and filled with possibility. I don't know how. I don't know what you want. But if you want something, get a clear picture of it and feel good about it. Let's say this. Isn't it wonderful? That every day, in every way, I'm feeling better and better. I see a couple of you back there going, well, I don't know. I know, but understand, you're using you because you are it to create a change in the way you think about things. Can you do that? Of course you can. Can you change your feelings? Of course you can. For some of you, it might take a long time. It took me a long time because when I was born in Kentucky, we were part of the hard-headed Johnsons. You may have heard of us. Don't be hard-headed. Be wholehearted. Do you follow me? With your whole heart. Start seeing your life as it can be. With your whole heart. Start seeing the pictures and words and ideas and feelings. Because understand something. The feeling is the key to this law of reversibility. This feeling is the key to the law of reversibility. It's very important because, as was said earlier, in the book of Mark, Jesus says, whatsoever things you desire. Doesn't say, now, maybe you can get this if. It says, no, whatsoever things you desire. This is what New Thought is about. It's taking the original teachings of Jesus and making us understand they're true. And once again, Jesus knew who he was. We're asking you to start knowing who you are and that you're it. He said, my Father and I are one. So, whatsoever things you desire when you pray, believe you have received, and you shall have them. Believe you have received. Isn't that a feeling? Isn't a belief a feeling? So you have to do everything in your power. Picture it. Be grateful. I like to think there's 4 aspects of us that's so important to feeling good. It's compassion, kindness. It's love. Ernest Holmes says in this chapter, love rules through the law. Love rules through the law. It's the most important thing, the feeling. You see, Joe Dispenza says, you send a thought out, and it goes out to the universe as an electromagnetic signal. But your feeling brings what that thought is back to you. So understand, love, then the next thing that's very important is gratitude. Oh. You know, if you have something good happen to you, don't you feel grateful? Oh, thank you, God. I got that promotion. I got that girlfriend, that boyfriend. I got whatever it is. I got it. It was given to me because I knew I had it. Do you understand? I believe I had it. I believe it's already there. And that feeling, that joy, that gratitude, that love, that joy to be alive in this life creates the belief. But, dear hearts, here's what I've run against in my life. And in my years of teaching, I've seen people the same thing. People don't persist in what they want. They give up too soon. I'm going to say that again because I want you to understand something. People don't persist often enough. You can have anything you truly desire in this life if you will but persist in the thoughts, feelings, and ideas that it's already so. Do you understand? All right. Stand up and talk to someone and tell them about this law of reversibility. Because if you understand it, then you'll apply yourself to it. Go on. Okay. Come on back. Are you there? Did you explain it? Okay. You understand that when you can explain it, you got it. So sometimes you'll have to explain it to yourself again when you get home. Or you listen to this. But that's how it works. That's how it works. A psychological state can produce a material result. Law of reversibility. And what you can do is create a psychological state, and it will take some time for some of us, for others maybe not. But if you're hard-headed, like me, it took me a while. And I had to say it over and understand good feelings and how good I am and how good life is and how good everyone else is, really, and how grand the earth is. And that becomes my reality. That becomes my reality because the psychological state will create the material effect, cause and effect. You understand that now, right? So important, dear friends. It's important to realize that the science of mind is not a religion. We don't want to be a religion. Ernest Holmes said, I didn't come here to start churches. I came here to change consciousness. So we're not a religion because the religion is about rules and dogmas and do this and don't do that and, you know, those kind of things. And, I mean, we all need rules, I agree. But we're not a religion because religion does things like the Hindus, for example, don't follow the tenets or don't believe in or even hate sometimes the tenets of Islam, right? And Catholics don't follow the tenets of Protestantism, right? So the Hindus don't recognize Islam and the Catholics don't recognize Protestants. And I was a Baptist. And I found that Baptists don't recognize each other in a liquor store. True. So Ernest Holmes says, love rules through law. It's the feeling of love. If you're praying for yourself, it might be a little more difficult because you have your stuff to deal with, your resistance to change. But if you're praying for someone else, that's so much easier to see the truth. Anyone ever found that out, practitioners? Yeah. And you can see results. But either way, you have to have that picture that they're already healed of whatever it is, with that feeling that it's done. Same with for yourself, a consistency. You have to do it, dear hearts. I told you that the reason I've seen so many people not get it, not get their heart's desires, is that they just simply weren't persistent enough. So, you have to be a doer. A doer. You keep doing it and doing it and doing it until it becomes second nature. Incidentally, this is called embodiment by Ernest Holmes. And what it means is your very neural tissue and your hormones and all the things that make up your body start changing to become like that. Whatever that is, you're praying for, if you're persistent in it. Understand something. Everything that we see, this sanctuary, everything that we see in this life is done, right? It's already done. It's a done deal. You understand me? So right here and right now, you can do something new. So quit doing what you've always done. Be a doer and not a done. Say this, I am a doer and not a done. You got to put your hand out that way, see? I am a wonderful doer and not a done. See, the Bible says, be doers of the word, not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. There's so much wisdom in the Bible. Now, I'm not an advocate for any particular point of view of it, but I think that we follow the Christian ideas of love, kindness, joy. All New Thought does. The wonderful teachings of unity do. The wonderful teachings of divine science do. New Thought. It's looking at, actually it was by the Americans looking at Christianity in a new way. Jesus really meant these things, that you could create what you believe if you just learn to believe it. And you can do that by encouraging the feeling in you of love and joy. So, basically, that's how you use it. Everyone understand? Some of you are going, well, maybe. No.
I think it uses us. I think it uses us 24/7. We can't just pick and choose when to use it.
Okay. I guess I'll say this. I had all kinds of things written down here to say, but like every Sunday, if I hardly ever use them. But love rules through law. So I'm going to say to you, do this. Become a doer of the word and not a done. Go home, or maybe tell someone today, here's what I think is good about my life. I'm alive. I'm employed. I'm walking. I've got shoes on my feet. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my toes. You know, I never used to be grateful for my toes till I got an ingrown nail on my big toe. I wasn't very grateful then. But thank God I've got a nice podiatrist who fixed me up. So what I'm saying to you is this. A consistent effort at feeling good with a picture of what you truly desire, and the words that go with that, because the words create the feeling as much as anything else. And you're going to say, well, I don't feel like it now. I don't care. God doesn't care. But you have to make up your mind. I'm going to be a doer here. I'm going to create in my life the things that I think are wonderful. I'm going to create the people, the situations, the events, the circumstances, the love that makes my world go round. Because I can. I'm going to create the healing. The healing. That's how this New Thought business started, you know, with healing. And people, in fact, it started at a time when all the doctors had was a bottle of whiskey and a saw to help you. Yeah. So, and amazing things were done, and amazing things are being done now, and amazing things are being done by you. Because you're here in this life to be, as Gordon's song says, the best you can possibly be. You have that right. You have that power in you. You have the power of knowing that if I can just feel this, feel good for a few minutes every day, eventually I'll feel better and better and better. If I can just say those words a few times every day, if I can just pray like it's already done and assume that something is happening, I'll get better and better and better. If I just do this, my whole life will change because I'm feeling something that's inevitably by law going to become a physical experience for me. Wow. Dear hearts, that's the power we have. That's the power we have. Isn't that wonderful? Say this, isn't it wonderful? That I'm powerful. So understand, you see me up here, and I've been doing this preaching business for a long time. And I don't know what's going to happen to churches like this. But I do know this. This philosophy lives on because it's the truth. Because it's the truth. And the truth is in you. And it's just waiting for you to acknowledge it. Thank you.
And if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Whatever it is. Now, it's time to give back what serves us. If something has touched you today, there are many ways you can share the love with us. We are grateful for your offering. I would like to ask our ushers to come forward. Thank you, Mary Lou. Thank you, Julie, for volunteering today. In addition to the baskets being passed, we also have a few other ways you can bring your gifts. We can use credit cards in the bookstore, or you can find a document with a QR code at the desk in the lobby. And if anyone or online viewers, please make a contribution using the link in the description below. Or you can mail your check to the P.O. Box on our website. Now, please say with me, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you for your loving gifts.
Helen was a prisoner in her own body, silent and darkness was her world. She couldn't tell anyone what she was feeling. Everybody gave up on that girl. one who saw the light within her and taught her how to talk with just her fingers. When someone believes in you, miracles can happen. When someone believes in you, dreams can come true. Someone who sees in you what you've never seen before. Anything is possible when someone believes in you. In a game that shut out men of color, Jackie never thought he'd cross that line. But Mr. Ricky saw the strength within him that could withstand the hatred of those times. Just one friend to fight for his acceptance. Baseball dropped a lifetime of resistance. When someone believes in you, miracles can happen. When someone believes in you, dreams can come true. Someone who sees in you what you've never seen before. Anything is possible when someone believes in you. Everyone has something great within them. Sometimes a little help is all we need. See the best in each other. God only knows what we can be. When someone believes in you, miracles can happen. Oh, when someone believes in you, dreams can come true, and they do. Someone who sees in you what you've never seen before. Anything is possible when someone believes in you. Yeah, someone who sees in you what you've never seen before. Anything is possible when someone believes in you.
Mr. Gordon Ellis, everybody.
We'd like to thank Dr. Reverend Mitch Johnson and Gordon Ellis, the band, and everyone who made this service possible and made it such a wonderful day. We have several things on the calendar over the next few weeks that I will quickly list, but I invite you to check the newsletter and our website for further details. Now, today, join practitioner Dale Rogers, my co-host for today, practitioner, and Tanya Miller Hire at 1:30 today to apply our spiritual principles for support in healing or releasing. It's called The Practice. Offers a safe and supportive circle where participants can share personal challenges, release what no longer serves them, and discover practical steps for moving forward. Another new class with Jacqueline Carrillo titled Creating Your Picture of What You Want. A book study of the dynamic science Excuse me. Thank you. It's psychopictography of mental pictures. We generally call it a mental equivalent. Begins on Tuesday, February 4th at 6 p.m. This is a great way to help you craft the picture of what you want in your life. Our next CSLN coffee house is Friday, February 7th in the Fellowship Hall. It is going to be so much fun. The next community dialogue is the continuation of the discussion about responsibilities of the minister, board, and the community, and the start of conversation on our mission and purpose will be held on Monday evening, February 10th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. via Zoom. The dialogue will continue about our mission and purpose in the Fellowship Hall after our Sunday service on February 16th. The Caring Hearts have scheduled a going away lunch for Marsha Gregory on Thursday, February 13th at Dalt's American Grill. Check this week's newsletter for details, or either Erica or Lucia know how to plan ahead. There's a lot more, and I just ask you to please be ready to just dive all the way in and be a participant, be a doer, not a done. Before we close our service today, we would like to welcome our visitors. We won't ask you to stand, but if you can just wave your hand and let us know that you are new, so we can make sure to say, hello, 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 hello. You are invited to join us in the Fellowship Hall for some light refreshments. And thank you today for our volunteer hospitality. And for anyone new, and those who've been coming a while, and if any of you question what we teach or have questions on, want to talk more about today's talk, please join me and Lima or Lucia over to the side room and to the left at the end of the service. And if you're watching online, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Now, we're going to ask all our practitioners and speaker to come front. Don't be shy, just come on up. If there's something that you're dealing with or something you want to attract in your life related to health, relationship, career, money, please don't leave today without asking one of these practitioners to pray for you as soon as the service is over, or fill your prayer request and put it in the secure box on the table outside the meditation room and in the lobby. And if you're watching online, please go to our website under practitioners and contact any one of them directly. Now, for our closing treatment. And before I close with the treatment, I would like for you to look at anyone to your right or left and say, I love you. I'm going to say this in first person, and you can make it personable to yourself. Now, let's get centered and breathe in and let it go. Breathe in and let it go. Breathe in the nectar of life. Absorb it, drink it, relax in it. Let it flood your mind, your body, and your heart. Know with me there is one life, one amazing presence, God, radiating love, kindness, compassion, gratitude, in and around and through you. This elixir of life is navigating you and remembering you are enough. You are enough to heal your life. You are enough to heal everyone that comes within your presence. You are enough. Now let's go a little bit deeper into consciousness and know with me, you are living a new story for 2025, feeling the joy and the freedom of surrendering and trusting and relaxing in the heart of God with ease, joy, and glory. And I would like to say, we are only here for God. So let's live our best life. In deepest gratitude, I release my word to the law, knowing that something greater than my wildest imagination is taking place right here and right now. And together we say, and so it is.
Wow. All right. Let's all stand and sing our closing song. Jess, we have it. Here are the lyrics.
Think of your fellow man, give him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait. Come on, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. And put a little love in your heart. That's it. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart now. Put a little love in your heart, everybody. Put a little love in your heart, sing it out now. Put a little love in your heart.
This program is a service of the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. May your life be filled with joy and prosperity in every way. Learn more about our programs or contact one of our practitioners at our website, cslnashville.org. You may also want to follow us on Facebook at CSLNASH. You can make a big difference with your financial gift at lovecsln.com. Please share the link to this program with a friend and join us again next Sunday. Have a wonderful week.